Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all ages. We are back once again. It's BSC night, and we are here for season 11 for the summer series. I'm James Parfitt. I'm going to be joined in the booth by Mr. Kenton Sportak again this season. I don't know why I say again. You should be used to the two of us sitting here, to be blatantly honest with you. I don't know why I introduce ourselves as the same two every single week, but we're here for round one, Kenton. And we're kicking it off 125 laps at Charlotte. Yeah, it definitely was.
I'm talking to coach like iRacing. I didn't want to get the NASCAR. But the iRacing was, man, there was some bad racing going on in that.
I think that,
it's better on the
yeah, I don't really know how it went, to be honest. I haven't watched it as of yet for the Coke 600. It's something I might just go back and have a look. We are in practice here as well. Billy Cooper, let's go TJ and Brad as well. So what do we expect from Charlotte? I've driven Charlotte before, and I was following somebody closely onto the try or D oval, whichever one you would like to give it a name to, and basically, well, kind of like that happened on the try oval. Is that something that we're going to expect this evening?
It can be. It's a very weird shape. Saw the graphic we had up there. They technically actually refer to it as a quad oval because there is the two extra sections in that sense. So like you've got turn 1 and 2, you've got turn 3 and 4, but in the front straight, because it's not rounded, there is a turn. So that's what makes it a quad oval. I don't know why. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a typical D oval. But because it has that sharper extra corners as you exit, as we're coming up on it with the 10 car of Terry Spainhour, that little double left sort of idea, they consider it make quad oval. That section will probably be the trying area. It is very awkward because you kind of have to take it like a shaped oval, but you lose being right up against that line as you go through the start-finish line because you kind of want to follow it out and not do that. Don't want to go into pit lane that fast. You want to be a little slower. So when you come out of that corner, those in through the tri-oval or the quad oval, or whatever they want to call that section, the front straight, it's a little dicey because cars will try and dive under you. Cars will be on your outside, and you have to try and navigate while not losing much speed going through basically two small corners coming through that section. So it can be a little weird. Hopefully it doesn't involve too many people driving directly into the side of another car. Ideally, it doesn't. We'll see how this one plays out.
Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye out as well on that one. Kenton's mic seems distant. Is it near your mouth here, sir?
It is. Turn it up, though. Have the power. Oh.
Yeah, I've turned you up in OBS and I've turned you up in Discord, but you're not really going anywhere. So hopefully we will be able to get that one sorted out. It does. I know, Billy. I know. We're trying to work on it now on that one and seeing how far we can get him up. We're just about to go into qualifying. See the checkered flag there. It sounds like he's a mile away. What, from his mic or what?
In a tunnel and a mile away.
Well, there you go, Kenton. Put it right in front of your chop, son. Clearly it ain't working.
It is under my chin. Like, I get any closer and you're going to be hearing my beard rustle up against it. So that's that. But I'm sure a way things out. Oh, that's why I love Discord. Don't we all?
How does that sound?
Whoa,
I'm assuming.
Swing, bada. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Can we try that again, but quietly?
Yeah, okay, there we go. That should be better. For some reason, Discord decided to connect to my webcam, and apparently the microphone on that, which is not quite a mile away, but not under my face. My microphone is now what I'm using. So I don't know what happened on that, and I have no idea why. It decided that that was the thing to connect to.
Right, okay. Jesus Christ almighty there. I nearly swore at one point. I would have deeply apologised if I had, but I don't. God, that was loud. Just scared the living doodies out of me.
It's better now.
Oh, it's a lot better now. It's a lot better now. I managed to get to the volume button on my mixer as well and turn it down before I went completely mutton, Jeff. But yeah, that was a bit. Sorry if anybody's at home and just got scared out of their living wits there. I do deeply apologise about that, but there's not a lot we could have done in conjunction with that. He just switched mics and, well, he just blasted at us all. So that's nice. Thanks, mate. But you do sound better. I've got to be honest. Funny how the simple things deal with the situation, isn't it? I've had to do that all this week. Every single broadcast I've gone in, I've had to check and sort all the sound settings out in OBS because I had a Windows update, and we all know how wonderfully fun they are as well. So yeah, thank you for coming back to us, Kenton, and deafening me in the process.
Yeah, I'm sure you earned it somewhere.
What, being deafened? I'm not,
Yeah, just a
little bit rude.
A little one.
Hey mate, hope you're well, but I haven't seen you for 2 weeks. But here, go deaf. Thanks, bud.
Yeah,
much love.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know why that did that. So it connected for some reason. My default microphone became my webcam instead of the expensive microphone. Not sure how that happened.
I have no idea, but look, we're backing up. Hope he sounds all right now. Let us know that you can hear us both and everything's fine and the cars are all good as well. I do love NASCARs when you're trying to set up OBS, because 1 minute they're like very far away and the next minute, no, they're very in your face. So I do constantly adjust the sound as we're going along here as well. What do we think? Charlotte, the only good thing about this is we're not doing the Roval, right? I've got to be honest. Just definitely not. 24-degree turns, straights 5 degrees here as well. Now, I found that you can get away with holding on to the car if you're brave enough. You might have to start probably lifting slightly going around the quad bit. But other than that, I didn't really see much of a problem without keeping the throttle on.
No, for the most part, you're going to be flat out. You might have a little bit of lifting. Once the tires start going, car starts getting a little loose, you might have to lift a little bit. Although Lewis looks like he's lifting. Oh, he's actually stopping. Okay, I was like, wow, he is lifting a lot, but he's going to pit lane, and that's fair. But yeah, like as you're going, you're not really having to lift too much. For the most part, it's only going to be either if there's a car directly in front of you and you're trying to avoid slamming into them, which ideally, please don't slam into them. We don't really want that as our thing. Or if your car is starting to get a loose coming through the corners, you need that little extra, might tap a little tap brakes just to help with some rotation. But for the most part, you're going to be pretty much pinned as much as you can be, especially if you've got a little bit of extra courage. We'll call it courage to sort of fight your way through those, what could be a little slidey, but if you got it dialed in, if you know the car, it should be okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. Just waiting for Zachary Lewis to set a time on the board here. We're going to have, I would say 19 runners. It depends if Jeffrey Reed and Daniel Molinari get onto the track ready to go here as well. So this is going to be a fun one for everybody to take a look at and see how it goes. And once more, see what happens here again. Let's bring you up to date with the track report at this moment in time as well. On the weather situation, it is 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 24 degrees there. Wind northeasterly at 2 miles an hour. Nothing drastic. Conditions partly cloudy. Humidity 35%. Race analysis. What have we got coming up for you here as well? Well, I can tell you now, we're going to kick it off with 125 laps, stage break at lap 50. Final stage will be 75 laps. So we'll see how it all goes, and hopefully some of these guys can get through without any problems. Grid, Dan Michelle, pole position, TJ in second. That's a good start, TJ. Tony Kimmel in third, and Bradley Young and Alex Witt. Andrew J. Millen with Ben Ruse, Blake Lewis, Brandon McLaughlin and Armand Brousseau, Noel Jackowitz and Dylan Freeman further back. Cody Kern, James Vogelair, Calvin Ross, Zachary Lewis, Joshua Kuhn, Matthew Epting, Terry Spainhour, Daniel Molinari and Jeffrey Reed. So these guys, that's the way the grid's going to be set here, ready to go. Dan Michelle is going to lead the way here once more. Tyres, always a problem. Do we think they're going to be?
They definitely will play a factor, whether it'll be an actual problem. It depends how your driving is going. If you're dragging the car around those turns, it definitely will be. If you're over throttling through the corners, it can be a little tricky. You're mostly going to be, I believe it's right rear tires, the biggest one you'll have to worry about.
Yeah.
If you're keeping on the throttle pretty heavy, that'll be typically the one that'll burn off a little faster. So obviously you want to avoid that as much as you can, being smooth and precise, I guess, with your throttle inputs will be key. We've seen Jamalin have phenomenal races where he's just kind of rode the tires and not cooked them too early and been able to push a little further with a little more speed. So if he's able to continue that, he could be in for a great race for himself. It'll just sort of depend on how everybody else is able to do.
Right, well, hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because the first round of the season is going to be green, green, green. During one of the cautions, we will show you the schedule for this season as well, so you can have a good old look and see what is coming up. We are going to be going live very, very shortly, coming out of turn 4, should we say? Because technically, if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, well, you can say 5 corners if they want to count for the quad on there, blatantly honest, or even 6 if you want to count the exit. But let's get this up and running into the Geico restart zone. We're going to be going very, very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, the summer season of season 11 is green, green, green for the opening round. Dan Michelle on that inside line. TJ Spainhour on the outside. Trenton Kimmel tucked in behind with Alex Witt there as well. Brad Young in the 89 machine didn't really get off the line, didn't really stay up on that outside line with TJ, and has unfortunately now dropped down one place behind Alex Witt. But that was the kind of start we expected. Dan Michelle made a jump straight away. Are we going to see single file, or do we think we're going to get 2 lines all the way round?
Alex Witt got a little slidey coming out of the turn 4 there. For the most part, it will sort of settle down into single file. If you're trying to make a pass, or if you're able to kind of dive in underneath someone, obviously they will go too wide for a bit, but I think for the most part it's going to be a little bit more emphasis on single file, especially early on. We talk about it every week, feels like every day at some points. You can't win lap 1, especially in oval racing. In road, there's a little bit more kind of getting out to the front is good. It's a lot easier, but with oval racing, one crash can take out 90% of the field in an instant. So being direct, oh, there we go, our first one.
Then 1. Do we know why? Where was that?
I got nothing.
Oh.
Does he get spun, or does he spin?
Epting and Molinari there. Why is there big old crashes going on? Picked up rapidly. Oh no. Oh no. No, there actually was a crash coming down. Kimmel, Ruse.
That was the 65.
Ben Ruse, I think. Who was the 60?
No, he's the 77. The 65 is Jamalin, or Jamelin.
Oh,
And then Jamelin gets hit by the 77 of Ben Roos as well.
gee. Not a great start to the season there for caution number 1. Dylan Freeman's in the pit lane. Daniel Molinari, Matthew Epting, and Blake Lewis all in there at the same time. Well, guys, we might as well, as we've got time, and as I said, we're going to bring you up the schedule for summer season. Kicking off the season at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Then we're off to Nashville Super Speedway, Michigan International Speedway for round 3. Round 4 is Daytona. Round 5 is the Tricky Triangle of Pocono, Chicagoland for round 6, Chicago Street Circuit for round 7. Then we're off to Auto Club for round number 8, Dover for round 9, Indy for 10, Iowa for 11, and Watkins Glen for round 12. Another one. So there we go for this season. So there we go, up and running. Some good tracks. I'm loving this season, apart from a couple of the ones that I know.
Which one? Which one of the 3 road courses are you not looking forward to?
I don't know, but I only counted 2 in Watkins Glen and Chicago Street. So where did you get the 3rd one?
Double check Indianapolis.
Oh, is it Indy Road?
I'm assuming so, based on the lap count there.
Come on.
It being only 75 laps instead of somewhere around the hundreds. I could be wrong. Indianapolis is fairly long, but...
No, it is. Indy Oval.
Oh, is it oval? Okay.
Oh.
It just says Indy Motor Speedway, and I was like, ooh.
Dude, if that was even remotely road, I would have gone nuts at Almond Brook. I tell you that much. I would have gone absolutely mental if it was Indy Road. He would have been terminated. Because that would have been horrendous. I hate Indy roads. Not good. Right. So there we go. Disgraceful. Let us know, guys, who you're cheering for. Don't forget as well, like, subscribe, turn on the bells. We are now 3,222 subscribers, I think, into it. So there we go. See if we can get up and move us up here as well as we're heading into turn 3 for after the first caution. So let's keep an eye and see whether or not this is going to improve here. Lap 6 of 125, leader Dan Michel. And it's going to be caution number 1. So see how these guys get on. Whether or not we can get a little bit of a green flag run. I'm not surprised we got a caution early on. We've got a couple of other new people in the series. Generally happens in round number 1. But what we don't want is a continuation of every 5 laps we're on a caution. Otherwise, me and Kenton will have to stop for food and water. But here we go into the Geico restart zone once more. Dan Michel on the inside, TJ on the outside, Trenton Kimmel there, Alex Whipp giving TJ a big old bump there. Neither really did Kimmel or TJ get off the line. Brad bumped Kimmel and Whipp bumped TJ, which I'm surprised they've gone that way round, to be blatantly honest, on the choose cone, but they definitely have. And now it's all about whether or not we can keep this up and going. Can we keep it clean, Kenton? That's going to be the question.
That will be the most important question, as we can see TJ trying to make a move up the inside of Trenton Kimmel here. As he, I was going to say, it looks like he had it done, and then Trenton Kimmel kind of came off the corner. Obviously, that's the hardest part when it comes to trying to pass on ovals. Yes, getting down to the line is going to be a shorter distance, but you can't carry quite as much speed. So short term, it's a little trickier. Long term, you'll save your tires a little bit more than trying to carry more speed on that outside lane. So it sort of depends what your best game plan is, but looks like he might actually lose the spot even to Alex Witt as well. He's got to slot in, not take Alex Witt out, and he didn't, so that's a bonus. That looked a little sketchy for about half a second.
TJ there is good. He has got Brad tucked in right behind him, so it's not a bad idea for TJ here to be able to do this and see whether or not he's going to be able to get this to go. But Brad at the moment here doing a great job once more. Is he going to be able to hold on to this position? That's going to be the thing for Bradley Young. It's going to be a very difficult race this for certain people. I do think this could be a little bit of a complicated run for some of these guys here as well, especially for the likes of Brad, sitting there in that sort of 5th place, not really away from midfield. not really anywhere near the back end, which is always good, but still in that kind of risky area here for Brad.
Yeah, it's a weird spot to be in, sort of in that top. I mean, really, anytime you're in sort of a cluster of cars, it's always a little dicier. As we see McLaughlin actually taking a really high line going through those corners. That'll be interesting. I was curious how much tire wear he's going to have, or if he's just kind of using it to sort of slingshot. But anytime you're in sort of a cluster, you obviously lend yourself a risk of being taken out by someone else's problems. Typically, it's not, the ones where they run into you from behind after a caution. Usually that's not one you need to worry about, but as we saw, sometimes you do. But yeah, like, with Alex and TJ battling it up just ahead here, one little bump, car hits a wall, bounces back down, spins out. Now suddenly you've got two cars in front of you spinning sideways and having to choose that. So whereas if you're Dan Michelle here or Trenton Kimmel, like, they have space. And both of them just hit the wall. So they have their own problems apparently to worry about. But you want to be in clear air as best you can. And now he's getting kind of squeezed as you got Jackowitz there. As you've got TJ right in front. You've got McLaughlin on his outside. The McLaughlin, that almost went well. McLaughlin, TJ, and Brad kind of work together now that they are on the part of the team. But obviously you can see McLaughlin taking that very high line through the corners there. Just able to carry that little bit extra speed. You can kind of see he reels them in pretty quick. See how long he's able to do it with those without burning out the tires.
Yeah, normally the high line's a little bit more tyre conservative though, isn't it, generally? He's going to get some speed off. Yeah! It's
boxed in.
Yeah, it's normally tyre quite conservative on that higher line. But the question is how long... Yeah... Oh, no.
Hearn going for a dive there.
Jesus. That was kind of close.
A little bit. I'm sure not the best of options for him there.
No, definitely not something that they want to be trying to do here. As I say, it doesn't always go quite as well as it should. Dan Michel there as well, led for 14 laps at this moment in time for him, but he has got Kimmel tracing him down in that 52 machine currently at the moment on that Ford. He again is also running the higher line once more, and you can see Kimmel not quite making it work as much as Brandon McLaughlin is. However, McLaughlin not really gaining and still trying to go through on Young with Cody Kern in front.
He's got a... Unfortunately, I don't think that high line carries as much speed continuously because he kind of keeps getting boxed in by it. Now would be the time to sort of want to be doing that where there's not a car on his inside. But unfortunately, when he was trying to do it, he had Noel on his inside and there was nowhere for him to go once he kind of came off the corner because he just drives right into the back of the car in front of him, even with all that speed gain, but he can't drop underneath them to try and make that pass. So he was just gaining a lot of speed to have to lift very quickly so he didn't slam into the back of, in this case, Brad Young, but whether it was Brad or TJ, he kind of had to avoid doing all of that, so it sort of didn't work out in his favor, but now it might actually work a little bit better if he's able to sort of utilize it to get around a couple of cars.
Problem is there's people out on that high line. Even if he clears Young, he's got Kern, and then in front of Kern is TJ, and then in front of that is Noel and Alex. He might be able to clear Young here as long as he's left that room. He is left the room. Going to take that higher line, well, not higher line, the wider line, I should say, on the quad part into turn one. He goes again, running that high line. He could really do with politely no Jackowitz going on the inside here to be able to get it, because you can see the run that he gets. He's so Go on, son. Go on. Nearly. So he cleared two doing it that way, but he almost got the third one, but just couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, it's been working. Obviously now he's got the space. I mean, hitting the wall there and shaving all of that speed off is probably not going to help him. He gets his nose then chopped off by Noel there. So if he's able to stay out of the wall, it's going to be more beneficial because you're just able to carry so much more speed. The problem does become, okay, how much are you really burning out those tires as you make those corners? Typically, if you're taking that high line, more times than not, you're lifting a little bit and sort of not really powering the throttle through, but it does not look like he's trying to lift at all. He's just trying to carry as much speed as Noel starts blinking at him, making it just that little extra trickiness, trying to get past a car that sometimes is there.
Yeah, that was an issue. I watched a little bit during practice for Noel that basically he was just blinking in and out a little bit, but at the moment he seems to be a little bit more stable. You see the front three have come back together. Trent and Kimmel is there. Noel's just gone and thumped the wall. That's going to allow Brandon McLaughlin to come through. However, Brandon does not want to be on that inside line. He wants to be up high. You can see him trying to squeeze him off here. He's going to go now. He can start moving up. Didn't move up. Kimmel cleared down Michelle and Alex Witt in behind him.
And Trenton Kimmel is having himself a fantastic little run here too. He started P3, I believe he was, and he's up to one position or a couple positions now into first place. And Dan just, I assume, hit the wall there because he went backwards very quickly.
Yeah, he did that. And he's now punched himself into the widths of TJ. And TJ's touching there as well. Great pass for 52 to take the lead. It was. But now he's got his own trouble with Alex Witt side by side as they're going into turn number one. And Kimmel up the high line. Witt on the inside. Kimmel's going to try and run that. As we were talking about earlier on, he should carry a lot more speed on the exit here. He's going to come past him like a slingshot for Trenton Kimmel. He does manage to do it. And that's kind of what Brandon McLaughlin's been trying to do all evening, to be honest.
Yeah, the issue was, unlike for Trenton Kimmel, Brendan McLaughlin was trying to do it into the back of another car, and that's unfortunately going to slow you down a little bit because typically cars don't have a lot of ability to go through each other smoothly. So it was a little trickier for McLaughlin to do it, but Trenton Kimmel's showing exactly why it works. You get that huge run as he just whips past Dan Michelle there. Does make it a little harder because Dan is getting a little bit of draft from Alex Witt going through the corners. But we'll see how he is able to continue on. So he's not giving up this spot. And like Happy Little Cupcake says, great pass for 52 to take lead, and it was.
It definitely was here, but you can see now. Gonna keep coming back at him. Nope, Dan Michelle again there. Trying to get through at the moment, just not quite making it here. He's high, Kimmel's gone low. So there was a change. Is Dan going to hold it? God, he went in deep there, or was that just me?
I thought he was in the wall at that point. I actually thought he was just scraping the wall, trying to pull the Ross Chastain wall ride there, but maybe he was just out of it, though we do see Trenton Kimmel make a little bit of contact. You see the sparks flying off the backside.
Yeah, you can see them all. They're all going to be, I think they're going to be in the wall at one point here or another. I think they're going to be really, really close to it, if not nothing else. Obviously, I've been here myself. I've bumped the wall a couple of times, which is never really good for me. But, hey, listen, that's my issue. I think that's my skill issue, not these guys here at all, of course. And, well, we're going to find out how they get on once more on lap 28 of 125. But at the moment, Kenton, all good in the hood.
Yeah, we're everyone's kind of getting into a rhythm. We are spreading out just a little bit here as they make their way into almost 30 laps now. So it's starting to get a little spread back, a little further on in the race. Near the backside, you can see it's kind of gapped a little bit. And as they make their way forward, definitely going to use that to make sure they don't get into any problems, hopefully.
What problems could they possibly get into, Kenton?
What problems are going to be mostly involvements in other cars, or in the case of what we're going to be probably seeing, because we're going, it's 50 laps to stage break, I believe.
Yep.
You might need to come into the pits, and if you're a little more spread out, it does make life getting into the pits a little bit easier. This isn't going to be, Daytona, Talladega, Indianapolis, or anything like that, where you've got that you need the draft. It's one of those hard need the drafts. It does help, but it's not going to hinder you to not have it necessarily. So being able to get in and, that was a hard hit by Trenton Kimmel there. To get in and out of the pit lane with as minimal problems as you can definitely is a key thing to have here. And if you have that little extra space and you're not trying to wrestle with another car as you get in, that will just help your case just that much more.
Yeah, absolutely. I think getting into pit lane is going to be very, very interesting as well, especially since it's quite a fast pit lane here. So we will take see how these guys get on and what goes on as they start entering into pit lane once more. So just bear with us here at the same time, as it's going to be very interesting to see if they're going to be able to get to the full 50 without any dramatics. But 32 of 125, Trenton Kimmel is in down behind Brandon McLaughlin now with Noel Jakowitz in front of him. But as you can see at the moment, Dan Michel and Alex Witt lead the way currently here. There's some great racing on lap 32. Pit stops. What do we think is going to happen?
We mean tires or just fuel? Tires are going to be a thing. I believe they have a few of them. They have 4 total, so 3 extras, 1 on. I just have now suddenly a gray car. Is this the that just threw me off. I don't know what happened there. Alex Witt's car disappeared, and I was like, what's happened? But tires, I would say it's debatable if they'll take tires if they don't make stage break. So if we're going all the way to stage break, I don't think they'll take tires until stage break. If they have to come in beforehand, I probably would not try and take. I would try to not have to take tires if you can. And then at stage break, 100%. The next sort of yellow that you have to, that we either get, or green flag pit stop if you have to, after stage break, I would probably take another set and keep one in the pocket for just in case. So if we're able to get to 50 laps, obviously you won't have to take, like, the next one you'd be looking at about 100, and then you only have 25 laps to go. If you're able to get the full 50. If we're unable to get that full 50 and say they only get 45 or something along those lines, or even are within 20 laps to, I'd say, probably 15, and we get a yellow, even though the tires are not going to be that old, I might even consider throwing on that last set of tires just to have that little bit fresher, because they do carry just more speed. I mean, we can already see it. The fastest lap we have so far being 29, I think 29.07 is our fastest lap so far by Trenton Kimmel earlier on in the race. Now we're doing about 31 seconds. So they're about a second to almost 2 seconds off. And, nothing on the car has changed other than tire wear. So that 2 seconds, well, it's not a ton in the middle of the race. And that last few laps definitely could play an important part.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to be looking forward to, isn't it? How bad is this tire wear going to be? How, are they going to be able to basically hold the car? Are they going to be able to make sure that they can get in and out? They say you want to come in with somebody, but you don't really want to come in and get absolutely swamped. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. So lots to still to play for here as well at Charlotte. And I think it's going to be very, very interesting here once again, and whether or not they're going to be able to hold this 38 of 125. Now would be a good point to go side by side, and a quick word from this season's sponsor. Okay, that was a quick word from Admin Box, as this season's, or this whole season 11 sponsors here. Again, don't forget, go and check them out at BSC Box. Check them out at adminbox.com, and use BSC code -10 for 10% off your order there as well. With Dan Michel Brandon McLaughlin ever looming here, Kenton, looking incredibly quick.
Yeah, that violet, I almost said violent defense, but the violet defense. He's putting on a pretty good offense right now. He seems to be really reeling these guys in, and he's almost seems like he just is unaffected by any form of tire wear. Like he's held pretty close to them. 29.27 is his best, but he's sticking just that bit faster. I think Dan Michel's the only car that's driven in a faster lap recently. Around him, he actually is just slightly faster than Dan Michel, so him getting by. He'll have a hard time trying to track down Jackowitz and Witt there. I mean, it's Jackowitz and Witt, and they're both in the 30s still, while everyone else is in the 31s, so they're just really, really fast, as we all know. So he's putting in a good effort to get himself. He's up into P3, and he's had himself a nice little race. Stayed out of trouble. He's probably got to stop grinding the outside of his car on those walls. Might have even a faster race.
Well, yeah, but it's, to be fair, though, it's so easily done here because you think you're carrying more than what you actually do, and then before you know it, it's just one of them. The car's got away from you, and you're in the wall, and there's not a lot you can do about it. There's not a lot you can stop. It's just one of them, as if to say, "Oh, duties, this is where I am." So
Yeah.
I've been there, done
It's almost like a suction cup. Like the closer you are to it, it just pulls you more, and then suddenly you're just grinding to a halt. Though it does look like we got some cars coming in now. I don't know why that sounded so East Coast there, but we have some cars coming in. As McLaughlin is in, and is Armin Brusso.
Yeah. Josh Cooten's also in pit lane. So I wonder if there's going to be a race off pit lane here. Whether or not there will be any form of changes whatsoever with Brandon McLaughlin. Dan Michel going to go around. Time lost on pit lane. Is it going to be 1 lap, 2 laps? How far down do we think they're going to go?
Depends on what they're ending up doing. It does look like a typical pit stop. So McLaughlin's was 35.7 seconds. It's about a lap. So you're probably going to be a lap down unless you get really lucky. So, yep, there he is. So you're going to be about a lap down, and that was with only 7.3 of actual stopped pit time. So if you're taking tires, obviously it's going to be a little longer. Looks like could be up to 46 seconds, depending how quick you get in and out of your pit lane or your pit box there. So it definitely will put you a lap down, so you want to be strategic with it. Looks like Trenton Kimmel, TJ, James Vogler are all in as well. So just have to be smart. Make sure you do not miss your pit box. That will end your night very early if you're hitting that point. It does look Alex Witt's come in now too. So it looks like they're just going to be shy of hitting the full 50 here, which puts them in pretty good position because you're going to be okay. So coming in 47, say 48 just for ease of number. 96 laps for the next one. Roughly
still not come in though. There's still people that are not in. Young, Michel, and Jackowitz.
Yeah, we'll have to see because I know with that green or the yellow flag early on, that does help extend a little bit for people. Just extend that extra couple laps. We'll see if that ends up they're hoping for a caution or if they actually end up getting one.
Well,
a little risky.
Yeah, but I do think that if they've got that opportunity, though, that surely they should make the best of a bad situation, should it not? That the fact that they can get to the end of stage, do we think?
It's all about kind of what your game plan is. Like, so for Dan Michel and Brad Young are, I think, the only two that now haven't come in. I think Jackowitz has gone in now. Yes. I don't even see him at all. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Yeah, fifth. So yeah, he has finally come in. If you're thinking, hey, I'm going to wait, try and get to the end, have that little bit of a lead, then go in and hope that sort of the timing of everything works out where you're able to get into pit lane and not lose too much. But you do run that risk because now obviously all the guys that were a lap down are going to stay that kind of lap down to you, and you should be able to get out ahead of them. But I think the big kind of monkey wrench into that is, you know, like guys like Alex Witt, who he came in. I was like, oh, what happened? But nope, that's just our stage break. The guys like Alex Witt, who did come in and pit, but got out before they went a lap down, they're now going to just jump you again anyways, and you still have to go into pit lane. So it could backfire a little bit, but we've talked about it many a time when it comes to oval racing. As long as you're on the lead lap, you still got a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I get the great opportunity now of having a chat with Mr. Brad Young, who has gone and taken the stage victory as he went over the line there, I believe, as well. So I better give Brad a minute, and I give him a minute here before he goes in, and I end up scaring the living daylights out of him. And let's wait for Brad just to get into his pit box. There you go. He's in. We're going to have a chat with your stage one winner, Mr. Bradley Young. Brad, welcome in, bud. How are you?
I'm good. What's up?
Not a lot, dude. How are you? How's everything out there? Stage one winner.
Oh, yeah. Ecstatic.
First one to score points on the season.
Oh, yeah. I actually was I was real close. I had like half a lap of fuel left. I was just clutching in every turn from like lap 10, just hoping I would make it.
Well, you definitely did there, son, and well done for you.
And I spun out.
Oh.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
That's all good.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. So, fair play to you for that one, buddy, and congratulations on your stage win. What's the aim for the end of the race?
Do good. That's it.
Okay. Well, there you go. Short, sweet, and straight to the point, Mr. Bradley Young.
Yep.
So you go and have a good one, son, and I will catch up with you soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was short and sweet, didn't it? I don't know if he really knew what to say.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But spinning into the wall is probably not the best
You
option.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
You didn't see anything.
Hey, it's put him in a decent enough position. He's still in P1.
Yeah, you didn't see nothing. Stop picking on the poor boy. Jesus.
Interesting that a lot of these guys came back in. I'm assuming for a splash and dash.
Well,
Although
he did say, Brad did say that he was sort of very, very close to the end here. So
he just let everyone go by, so I'm not sure. Did he get an EOL for something?
Well, unless he had an unsafe pit entry.
I don't think so.
Would he have got an unsafe pit entry? Or pit exit, I should say?
No, it doesn't look like he did. Yeah, no, he didn't have any flags cleared, nothing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that, as we say here, is a mystery. So keep an eye out. See what happens here with Brad. He's taken the stage win. He's the first one to get 10 points on the board, so that's always good. And we'll hope for the best here as well. So, yeah, good job from him. And hopefully he'll be up and be able to go forward here for himself. Because, you know, say first man to pass to score points this season.
There you go. Take that, Alex Witt. He's leading the entire season right now.
Yes.
Plus, he gets the extra 1 point for leading a lap.
There you go. Job from him.
And he's going to gain some extra spots just because of the choose flag. That works out.
Brad's on that inside line now. Witt's on the inside. And we've got Noel Jakowitz there as well. In behind that is Ben Roos, Daniel Molinari. They've moved up through the order as well. But at the moment, let's see what happens as we're going to get stage 2's 75 run 75 lap run to the end now. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. Alex Witt's going to lead us away into the Geico restart zone. We are green, green, green once more here as we're finding out. Noel Jacowitz got off the line in second. Ben Roos did not really get anywhere. Brandon McLaughlin making that move at the same time here. He's tucked on that outside again. Molinari on the inside. Kern, Young, Joshua Kuhn moving his way forward as well. But to be fair, Brad had great pace at Kenton. So is he really fearful of not moving back to the front?
I don't know. It seemed like he had a pretty good pace. Right now, it looks like he kind of got caught up. Oh.
I think that was at the back. Ooh. What was that?
I don't even know who caused it.
Well, some information would be nice. I think there was a grind in the middle somewhere. Oh, see it? Ben Roos and Molinari, I believe.
They saved it, but yes.
Surprised the caution come out that quickly, though.
Oh. That looked like it was going to be real bad for real fast.
Yeah, but I'm still surprised it come out quite as quick as that, to be blatantly honest with you. A little bit confusing on that one, but there we go. Great job from all of these guys as Alex Witt leads us away once more here for caution number 3. So, bit strange.
I just realized I don't see Seth Pegg's name. Seth
No.
Pegg not here today. Well, now I'm just sad.
Why
How's
are
he
you
gonna win
sad?
for me? I had him pegged to win last race and needed him to show. Was a not meaning the double entendre of his name there. I had him expected to win last race. I was hoping he'd be back so I could pick him to win again this one.
Very nice.
Looks like it might be difficult because Alex Witt is just flying today. Looks very comfortable on this track.
Yeah.
He
It's,
looks comfortable on pretty much every track we see him on. Unless it's road and Dan Michel gets ahead of him. And it's a little... Then Dan seems to do really well on those.
yeah, he does. But it'll be interesting to see, though, how they work this out. So, Witt's there, Jakowitz is there. Behind that is Cody Kern and Ben Roos. So we'll see what happens with them 3 and see which way they go. But lap 56 at 125, and it's been a good fight so far.
Yeah, it's been exciting. Lots of movement without any too much chaos, which is good. We like when there's not a ton of chaos.
Yes. Absolutely.
Hey, and Blake Lewis joined back in with us here. I just realized his lap counter is actually moving. He is a few laps back, but he's still around.
Yeah. Yeah, still. Oh, Brandon McLaughlin is down there. No, he's not. He's disconnected.
Oh.
That's a shame. Alex Witt there with Noel Jakowitz and Cody Kern. There's Brandon McLaughlin back in again now. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and he was given an EOL.
Who was Brandon McLaughlin?
Yeah, he was just given an EOL.
Naughty boy. There we go. Here as well. Not a good time for Brandon McLaughlin there, as we're going to get this up and running once more. See Alex Witt, Noel Jakowitz leading the way here again. Let's see how these guys get on. Can they make this work? We're green, green, green once more at Charlotte. Lap 58, 1:25 to go here. Noel Jakowitz, Alex Witt, Cody Kern, Ben Roos, Dan Michel, Brad Young, and Terry Spainhour is looping inside the top 10 at the moment, with Kimmel back down a little bit further. Calvin Ross in there, Andrew Chamberlain, Vogelair in there, TJ Spainhour, Daniel Molinari. Armand Brusso 1 lap down. Freeman is out. Blake Lewis is 48 laps down, which seems absolutely bonkers. And Matthew Hipting out as Brad Young is going somewhere. Wherever he's going, he's going to be there in the morning as he comes straight back up onto the racetrack.
He did stay out of trouble, though. He didn't cause any problems. He almost caused big problem, but he did not actually cause problems. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
And we will for a minute later.
I think he actually got bumped. I think he was actually bumped there and then had to sort of try and keep it out of going into pit lane, but now he's going into pit lane.
Yes, but did he, the question shall be though, is did he get any form of penalty for going into pit lane because of the scenario of, was he entering to pit lane at the time he got that penalty, or was it just purely because he copped a penalty there for Brad Young?
I will keep an eye, see how long he stays in there. Nope, he's on his way out already, so I don't think he got a penalty. Only 34 seconds in pit lane. I don't think he got one. Maybe I'm wrong, but he will be a lap at least down. He might actually be 2. Nope, he will stay a lap down. He is going to, for now at least. It looks like they're trucking pretty quick. This Witt and Michelle duel as they're side by side heading into turn 1 and 2.
Who's going to be the biggest, bravest boy here? That's going to be the question. But Alex Witt and Dan Michel. Dan Michel at this moment in time up. Dan Michel stays where he is. Alex Witt up 3 places. Noel Jakowitz up 8. Josh Kuhn up 12. And Terry Spainhour up 9. Now he was 10, but they've all gone and thumped the wall on the outside line there. I think that number 16 machine basically took the inside because he bounced off the wall for Zachary Lewis. And now at the moment they're still fighting on. Terry's gone down a little bit. TJ is above him here. At the same time, he's just up the road. He's trying to close on to the back of Andrew Chamberlain. At one point and another, this should be called the Charlotte Stripe, right? Because they've all gone and hit the stripes.
Oh, yeah. No, the Charlotte Stripe might need to actually become a thing because it's been very prominent on a few cars today. There's been a few. They're just changing up the paint scheme, making sure the sponsor that they don't like is on the one side, so they can scrape it off.
Yeah. Well, good job there. You can see for TJ currently in 8th, started in 2nd place. So unfortunately has lost positions. What about Terry Spainhour Sr.? Currently 9th, started in 19th. There, Calvin Ross just trying to go over the top of him at the moment. Vogelair in behind him in that 599. I'm not even sure if that's how you say the name properly, but I'm going to guess it's probably something like that. Kenton Kimmel has got Brandon McLaughlin, and guess where Brandon is, Kenton? On the outside.
Shocked. Brandon McLaughlin. Oh, and now as soon as we say that, he goes to the inside. Because of course we can never actually be right. They always gotta make it so we're wrong.
Why would we be wrong?
Yeah, right? If we were right, we'd be driving.
Exactly. But why are we not driving, Kenton?
Because apparently we're never actually right.
There you go. Brandon McLaughlin back up on that high line again. Just takes basically both of them cars there. Terry following him. I would follow Brandon because, to be blatantly honest, Brandon's doing something clearly right. Kenton Kimmel's on the inside. I've got a funny feeling this position ain't going to last long as these guys come onto the quad now. Through, and Brandon goes through once more. He's picking up great space. Great pace, I should say, as he's now running that outside line.
Yeah, he's. You can definitely see he's picked up the pace and gotten to the point where he wants to be. That nice outside line, as close to the wall as he can kind of be. Of any of the cars, he probably has the most amount of stripe. He's taken off that outside as he's met the wall quite a few times. just going up on that outside line, but it's serving him well so far. He's been smooth, and it does look like it's Calvin Ross doing sort of the same idea.
Yeah, I would as well. You can see Brandon McLaughlin's last lap 29.6. The leader's last lap 29.39. So McLaughlin is back a little bit on time, almost 3 attempts here. We'll keep an eye on that bottom number on the screen and see what it comes up as they go over the line. 29.6, 29.4. So the leader is losing time. McLaughlin's just gone down underneath and ducked up. Now on to the top here for that 81 machine. Is he going to try and go back out? He can't. Calvin Ross is not allowing him back on that outside line. And Witt and Jakowitz as well. I've got a funny feeling there's been swaps in and around these guys. TJ is fighting out. There's a 4-car 4-car 2v2 here, Kenton. Almost 3 wide.
Almost 3 wide. Thankfully did not go 3 wide. That would not the track to be trying to pull that one off. It does look like TJ is going to get the best of Joshua Kuhn there, as he is able to slide in front, and Mullen just dropped back. Not sure what that was. He dropped back pretty hard, kind of suddenly. Ruse looking like he's trying, and he is actually going to make his way past Joshua Kuhn as well.
Yeah, we're side by side with Jakowitz and Witt here. I don't know if they're running side by side to try and keep Cody Kern back, because let's face it, there's no room at the inn at this moment in time for Cody Kern. He can't seem to go anywhere, and currently for him, he's just going to have to sit behind these well, I was going to say the deadly duo. I'm not quite sure what else we can call them, because they have done a great job of holding Cody Kern back. They're keeping that side to side. Dan Michel's off down the road, by the way, 1.7 seconds. If you're wondering where he is, I'm surprised they're not drafting each other to try and get closer to Dan Michel.
Yeah, it's an interesting tactic. You kind of work together to try and chase down Dan Michel, but it looks like they're very much content to battle each other, and as they do so, Dan is slowly getting a little bit more of a gap. He's now up to 1.8 to 1.9 seconds, as he is getting away a little bit as these two kind of duel it out. I think Cody Kern is actually a part of their group, is he not? Or is it Calvin Ross that's a part of the Breakfast Club?
I think it's Calvin Ross, but I'm not 100% sure there. There's only 3 BCRs that we know of that have got their names next to Dan Michel, Alex Witt, and Noel Jakowitz. Calvin Ross hasn't got any team name. They are all in the same voice chat, so I'm quite surprised that they're not pulling and saying to each other, look, boys, behave yourself here. We can catch him, but we've just got to sit in a line and try and do so. Ben Ruse with TJ Spainhour, Andrew Jamelin on the outside there as well. They're not, well, they're kind of doing what everybody else is doing. Jump on the nose of TJ now. You can see it on the left-hand side. Brandon McLaughlin has just gone and taken us on the inside this time. So McLaughlin, it doesn't matter if it's inside or outside, he seems to be flying regardless.
Yeah, he's seemingly has his car dialed in pretty well. He seems very comfortable staying out of trouble as he gets really close to Jamelin there. But keeping himself moving forward, making his passes when he can, not doing anything too crazy or over the top to make those passes, but is still able to get by quite smoothly.
He is on that high line again. He's going to come off the wall like an absolute rocket here. Ben Ruse is going to have to be careful. Jamelin, go back up. You've got the option there. Is Ruse going to try and block him off? No, not at the moment here. Oh, he does towards the end, going into corner entry. Jamelin then gets to both of them. And that was just one block for Ben Ruse, and that threw a spanner in the works for Brandon McLaughlin.
Yeah, seriously, him and Ruse on the him being on the inside of Ruse, it is a little trickier when you have that car directly on your outside, but it does look like he's gotten fully past now, so much less of a problem. And he's got to worry about TJ coming up now behind us. Ruse actually clips the wall there, slows down. That's going to actually back TJ off, because TJ now has to lift a little bit and allow McLaughlin to really focus on trying to hunt back down and grab Jamal in there, as Jamal kind of not came back out of nowhere, but really put the pedal down and was able to push his way back towards the head of this little group.
You can see McLaughlin currently starting in ninth place. He started in ninth, he's in sixth, he's up 3 places, but he has looked quick all evening long here, so keep an eye on Brandon McLaughlin motoring his way forward. He's got a bit of time to the guys in front. In fact, he's got 2.8 seconds to the guys in front as well. Would he be running tucked in behind Jamelin at the moment? No, it does not look like he's going to for Brandon McLaughlin. However, that is also not going to help me, so I'm coming off you before you crash everything.
That's always a good idea. Try to put yourself in a position that's least likely going to get taken out. Especially because, you know, everyone wants to finish the race.
Yeah, they definitely do. And they don't
most
need
of
a
us want to
blinking
finish
car.
the race. No, that Noel Jackwitz is it's a little sketchy if you're Cody Kern there, and Alex Witt obviously being ahead, a little easier for him to deal with. But if you're Cody Kern trying to look to make a pass, that's a little scary.
Yeah, it definitely is. And guys will be coming into turn 1 and 2 very, very shortly. You see them coming through the top right-hand corner of your screen at the moment, doing a great job here, topping out speeds of well above 170 miles an hour for Noel Jackwitz as he goes into that back stretch. 180, 185, 86, 80, 180. Coming in, what's he going to get on the way out? 59 was his lowest there. 159 was the lowest for Noel Jackwitz as he comes through. Completes lap 80. 45 to go, but there is going to be another pit stop here. Are they praying for a caution, or do they run it green?
I mean, most of these guys, you're going to be hoping for a caution. Obviously, save positions, not worry too much about having to look at the net lead and things like that. And you just got to worry about trying to make sure you don't, miss the pit box and get out quickly as soon as your pit stop is done. But it's looking more and more like we're going to have a fast stop. In which case, I'll be curious if guys just take 2 tires, just try and work that outside, sort of save some time as Damshill slams into that wall there as well. If they're going to take all the tires, if they're going to go for no tires, I would be shocked if no one took tires, but I got a good feeling they're going to come in and at least take a right side, worry about trying to take a left side later on if they have to.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to keep an eye on this and see what goes
So,
on
in terms
here.
of salary, you
Whether
were
or not they're going
thinking...
to be
With
able
indeed
to
set
do this
salary
here, whether or
expectations
not they're going to be able to stay with Dan Michelle. We see Cody Kern just slipping back just a little bit here. He's going to be chasing these guys down. And let's see how he gets on once more. And surely this is Kern's opportunity to sit in behind him now, isn't it?
Ooh, Alex Witt shot onto the inside there. He's going to have Noel pushing him a little bit, see if he's able to get past. Well, as soon as I say that, he moves to the higher line. And it's behind Dan Michelle, so never mind. Ignore what I said, apparently.
Yeah, these guys almost going 3 wide. Dan Michelle's running it high and wide. Jacowitz is in behind, pushing Alex Witt there. He's chosen his horse almost as he's following him through on lap 84 of 125. 3 cars fighting out. 4th one just sitting in there, seeing what goes on, wondering whether or not they're going to have their own little incident. Are they going to have their incident? With Michelle's on that high line now. In front of him is Michelle going to come off like an absolute rocket here? Not really. Jacowitz managing to stay alongside him.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of trouble. Again, as soon as I say that, he makes it up, and is he going to be able to come through the quad oval while holding the lead? It looks like he is going to be ahead. Cody Kern giving him a little bit of a boost. Some of the draft giving that little bit of a push, and then wow, just fell right off the back end.
That was very bizarre.
Does help. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. If he just forgot where his gas pedal was for a minute, not sure.
Unless he was changing foot position on the pedal, but it seems a little bit bizarre that you would all of a sudden swap your foot pedal around. And Brandon McLaughlin closing in now as well. He's basically about 2.47 seconds back. He's got Jamelin tucked in for company. Me personally, if I was Jamelin, I would have followed him, because you're going to see Brandon McLaughlin on the right-hand side very shortly. There he is. Go in behind him and just follow his line and push him along. and see if you can get him close while these guys are scrapping it out. But apparently Andrew Jamelin has got different ideas and it's just dived down on the inside. So, yeah. Oh, he's also just gone and thumped Jamelin into the wall.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, he's getting a nice dive sort of coming into the corner. The issue is just because of how much speed McLaughlin's able to carry through the corner into the straightaway that he just rocket ships right past him as long as he doesn't hit that wall. So it's kind of this weird back and forth these guys are doing, although it doesn't look like Jamelin got much of a run coming off of that turn there, and McLaughlin is just going to fully go by. Oh.
Yep, stay out of the way there. McLaughlin going all the way back down again.
Oh, there he is. He's back. Kind of.
Yeah, he is. I'm just kind of a little bit wary of staying there with Brandon McLaughlin because keeping it around, I've also got some mighty flying around my office at the moment. It keeps landing on me, which is a little bit annoying. But there we go. McLaughlin all of a sudden shooting forward a second after blinking out. So that was nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty lucky. I'd be okay with that.
Oh,
suddenly gaining a full second.
Yeah. Was out 2 seconds. He's now only 1.9 back. Calvin Ross in behind TJ at this moment in time as well. So Calvin looking to motor his way forward if he can. Oh, there was a gear change there. Wasn't it? Let's get rid of that a minute. Why is there a gear change? Yeah, he's changing down here.
Tires might be a little fried. Using the gear change to kind of really slow the car. Okay. Using the gear change to kind of help try and rotate the car and not burn the tires too much. I mean, these guys have pushed. We're getting close to, was this almost 40? I think we're about 44 laps right now. These tires are going to be starting to get pretty low. So he might be trying to do that to kind of help sort of push, to help bank the car, get that little bit of extra turn in. But you do run the risk of actually burning the tires a little bit more on throttle up as you start to go. They just spin that little extra bit. But yeah, he's slowing down quite a bit coming through. So if you want to know what new tires do for you, Zarvin Brusso goes flying by everybody. As we starting to see pit stops happening here.
Yeah, Witt's in, Ruse is in, TJ's in, and Terry is in. Terry's on his way out. No, he's not. He's still in, but out a minute. Bit confusing there as well. What's Cody Kern and Noel Jakowitz going to do? Are they going to be going in? Yep, they go in together. Witt's still in pit lane, so they've gone round again. And Alex Witt's going to start coming out now. Don't forget from this one, Noel Jakowitz up 9 places currently at the moment. So he's going to be looking to going into pit lane. So it's going to be where Alex Witt is going to be situated in and around this. Dan Michel is also been in pit lane. And he is behind Mr. Bradley Young. So Brad there sitting in that middle spot currently at the moment, with Dan Michel tucked in right behind him as well. So great job from Brad currently. See how far he's going to be able to get up the order. He starts going past all the cars now. Molinari, Lewis, Kuhn, Calvin Ross. Did he get Jamelin? He did. What about Cody Kern? Is he going to be able to get Kern? I think Kern's a little bit further down the road here for him to be able to get hold of. Oh, no, just maybe nearly. Oh, everybody that pitted now has just been strung out like a kipper because of this yellow.
Oh, no, he caught the... That shouldn't have caused a yellow. Oh.
Why are you there?
Why did that... So he did the same thing.
thing.
Oh, but he came up the track. That's why.
Yeah.
Even that, he does try and get off of it.
To number 4 on lap 94. Well, that was kind of Jamelin and Ross together. Right, guys, that gives us 30 seconds. Jump over now. Go on to the side-by-side. And have a quick word from our sponsor.
He's being enough of a jerk.
Yeah, admin box here once again. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring.
That timing was perfect.
Yeah, this season's race as well. Go check them out, adminbox.com. Don't forget to use BSC-10 box for all of your discounts there as well. Now, what is this going to do here? Because there's a couple of people that are going to get caught a lap down.
Yeah, him not going in is actually going to prevent people from getting a waiver round for all the people that are a lap down. So, unless he's planning to come in, because I don't know, he's gonna have to. He hasn't pit since lap 51. So he's gonna have to come in here, and unfortunately for him, Alex Witt is 11 seconds behind. Same with Trenton Kimmel. So yeah, he's gonna have to come in, and then everyone should now get the waiver round. At least a good chunk of people should get a waiver round. We'll see how it works out. I was like, man, that's me not even going in. Making it tougher for everyone to get their laps back. I respect it. I respect the hustle, though.
I would have tried that.
I mean, why not? You don't win being nice.
No, you definitely don't.
And he's going to come out at the EOL, but he will be still third. So it's going to work out for him.
I think that's going to hold Jamie Lynn back, Young back. Gary Spainhow is going to be back as well. Still in third place here. McLaughlin. There'll be a couple of people that are pinned back that way. So, yeah, McLaughlin, Kimmel, Witt. Everybody else manages to get their lap. Young, Jamelin, and Terry Spainhour are not.
So this might be the only problem. Oh, no, it is going to send him through. I was like, this might have been the only problem, is that he might get held up by the rest of the field. But it did not actually cause him any issues. He got straight to the front again, and he will...
Should be third, I think.
Yes, yeah, he should slot in just ahead of Brusso.
Give him a minute.
Brusso going to let himself to get waved around again?
Yeah, we're going to give him a minute to see what's going to happen. This is all going to be a little bit iggly-piggly for a couple of laps or so here as we're going into the final 25. Very interesting in D. Why is Brusso there? 3 laps. Why is it? Pitted on lap 86. Did I remember it going? So there we go. Brian McLaughlin currently pitted on lap 19.7 with a 14.6 second stop. Did include the tyre change. How's he going to work this one? That's going to be the question here for him. Russo's going to get run over.
I have a feeling, yeah.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep an eye on that 11 machine, that Slim Jim machine on the outside.
Yeah, his tires are slightly older as well because he came in on 86.
But the caution come out.
10 laps.
Yeah, it's not really 10 laps. Is it? Caution come out like 8 laps. Don't like caution. See what happens here. Brusso's running that high line. Is he going to stay up there? We're into the Geico restart zone. He does remove himself from the equation, Armin Brusso. Dropping back. He's just going to run that wall all the way through here. He does run the wall all the way through. And basically just everybody filters underneath him. Trenton Kimmel out in front with 25 to go. Question will be, can he hold it here? And is he going to be able to do this? Let's find out. Currently first, laps led, 7 laps for Trenton Kimmel. Some of them were under caution. You can see the action further back. Dan Michel having a big old slide on there. But it's all kicking off in this mid-pack here. Once again, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. All the way through the order, right the way from Dan Michel to Brandon McLaughlin to Cody Kern to Joshua Kuhn, Calvin Ross, TJ Zachary Lewis in behind there, Vogelair in there as well, Molinari still on the lead lap, and Ben Ruse also on the lead lap as well. 25 to go here, Ken, and this is going to get spicy towards the end, isn't it?
It's almost got a little spicy there. There's a few cars got a little wiggly. Okay, well, gonna be spicy now.
Andrew Jamin. Oh, question is, was he turned or was he already turning? Got a funny feeling there may have been contact from Brad Young here. Yep. Just runs him straight over and then gives him a helping hand on the way through for Mr. Young. So, yeah. Fortunately, Young, that may be on you.
Yep. I'm going to have to say that is Brad Young.
Yeah, as well. But that might be handy for the people that are laps down here. They might be able to get their lap back. That could be Terry Spainow should be the first lucky dog, I believe. So he might be on the lead lap this time around as well. Lap 5th caution, 23 to go, lap 102. And Alex Witt currently out in front with 44 laps led for him. Great job for him with a 44 lap lead. So let's see how this one handles this and see what goes on here as well.
This is going to be a very interesting finish because at this point, when the previous caution came out, was kind of the right time for everyone to have gone to, new tires and all that kind of stuff. So this is just going to kind of hold positions for now. And I don't see anyone coming in to do a splash and dash. It doesn't really make sense to sort of lose out on your position. Terry Spain goes ripping by, so he doesn't go down another spot. But if they get another one in 10-ish laps, I think that'll add a fun, interesting monkey wrench on what people decide to come in for another quick little splash and dash or what.
Well, I'm going to be interested to see what the tyre situation here as well going to be for me. I'd be interested that if they, as you say, if they did get that other one, whether or not they're going to come in, change tyres to look to go back out again on fresh tyres for that final 12 laps. Is it something that would be done, do we think?
I don't know if you'd want to take tires unless it was like disastrously burned, your tires. Like in 10 laps, there's not going to be a whole lot of change there. Maybe Brusso does, because his are already older tires.
Oh, Ben Ruse at the back there, having a bit of a slide on with Molinari. A little bit bizarre.
A little too much throttle in there. But I don't see them coming in for that. It may be at most a splash and dash and try and minimize how much time you're actually in pit lane. 30 seconds is going to put you pretty far back right now unless everybody else comes in. So unless you really think they're going to go green, white, checkered, and you're going to get the jump on everybody that way and have everyone kind of panicking about running out of fuel, I don't think anyone does anything more than a splash and dash, and to be honest, I'll probably be pretty surprised if anyone actually decides to, unless they really, really went thin on how much fuel they have.
Well, eye on this and see what goes on here. We're going to get the last 21, or it'll be 20 to go. At the line, Alex Witt, Trenton Kimmel, Noel Jackowitz, Dan Michelle, Brandon McLaughlin. He's blinking around like a trooper in time. So he's got to be a little bit careful of the iRacing connection flag thing they've brought in. Bounces him straight back into pit road, but if he could disappear for about 5 seconds and then come back on, I'm guessing it might not be working properly. Yeah, either. Name, which I'm quite surprised about by now. But let's get this up and running again. Alex Witt, Trenton Kimmel, Noel Jackowitz, Dan Michelle, Cody Kern, Brandon McLaughlin, Joshua Keefe, Calvin Ross in behind that. Then TJ, Zachary Lewis said, Armand Brusso as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, into that Geico restart zone we go once more. Wow. That outside line missed the start completely. Trenton Kimmel did not go anywhere there, Kenton.
Yeah, it looked like he forgot there was a start line and was waiting to hit the actual, or sorry, forgot there was a restart zone and was thinking to have to hit the start line itself. Because, yeah, he did not really find that gas pedal. The only thing I could think of otherwise, it might have been in 4th gear or something like that. And when he hit, pushed the throttle and the car just kind of didn't move.
For a brief moment, they were 3 wide on that outside. Calvin Ross at this moment in time with Zachary Lewis underneath him. Oh, the 599, Vogler is getting very, very close. This might not end well here.
Yeah, no, probably not going to be the best ending.
No. Did manage to keep it off the wall coming out of 4 though, so that was quite interesting. Jackowitz is now just trying to take the lead. Dan Michelle's on that high line. Trenton Kimmel's tucked in underneath here with Cody Kern. 2 by 2. Michelle pushes Witt past Jackowitz. Quite a surprise that them two are actually working together. Now going back out onto that high line again. Cody Kern's trying to get his nose in here. Brandon McLaughlin. Oh, look at that from Josh Keefe in the background.
Yeah, great into TJ.
What's going to happen here? Sorry, that was Josh Kuhn, not Keefe. In the wall, into TJ, into Ben Ruse, Armand Brusso, and the 20s.
Jamelin as
Blake
well.
Lewis. Now, what is going to come out of this? Because blatantly honest, if I was that, I would suppose the option of diving in for tyres is a choice, isn't it, really?
I don't think he even bothered. Hold position, there's 17 to go.
Oh,
Unless you're one of the cars that just got absolutely obliterated, then yeah, grab tires. But otherwise, yeah, I don't even see the point to it.
Got it. Ben Ruse there. Was somebody else going? DJ jumped back to pit lane. Armand Brusso just got absolutely levered in.
Yes. Jamalin also got clipped by Brusso after he gets hit.
There it starts. Brusso try and wiggle his way through. Trying to clear Ruse. Watch into him there. Then he gets levered by Andrew Jamelin. And again by Brad Young. A little poor old pinball was Armand Brusso this time around, to be blatantly honest with you. Terry just comes wiggling his way through there. This from Terry's point of view, I've got to be honest. I think he's kind of flown through all of them. There's it all kicks off. At this moment for him, I'm going on the grass.
Yeah.
I'm going left here.
Ooh.
This is that one. Russo's pinballed around. Yep. That'll go grass, 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 grass. Go. So tyre lock. Yeah. I'd have done the same thing if I was Terry. Straight on the grass, straight away. dived out of that way as quickly as possible, Kenton, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was a little sketchier, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how Terry managed to get himself through all of those almost every time. It's actually kind of fun. But yeah,
Is that because he hangs at the
looks,
back and can find a clear line?
Yep. But it looks like that might be the day for TJ and for Ben, as they're still in pit lane. So I don't think they still have a fast repair.
Oh, I
As
think
such,
that's been used.
yep, I think that's going to be kind of their evening, unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe Armand Bruto, possibly as well. Oh, he's out on track, is Armand, after getting around like a pinball. Like he might have saved his fast repair, though. Oh, it does look quite clean. But here we go. Now, out of all of this, I can see Cody Kern doing it, to be honest with you. I see him sneaking up past it and just taking the lead here. But he's got a tough group. He's got the 3 BCRs on the outside, the 594, the 1 and the 25. Clotland's in behind him as well. It's going to be that inside line's job. Stay with the likes of Alex Witt. Don't forget the Geico restart zone this time, Cody. You've got to go with him. Being pushed by Lewis. He's being pushed by Kimmel into the restart zone. They're going to go now. Witt's going to go. Oh, he's missed it again.
He went too early. He started his jump a little too early, and they weren't in the restart zone, so he had to back off. And as soon as he did, Witt just pushed the throttle, and he was gone.
Oh, Noel. Noel. Noel.
That's Walt.
Ouch. And that stemmed from his teammate. Well, because what's down Michelle's nose? Goes on the inside. Jackowitz kind of quite hard to see from. See if we can do it the old-fashioned way. See Michelle's nose just trying to sneak in there. Pushing Jackowitz high. Jackowitz is trying to come down, and then they do that fabulous iRacing Velcro together. And unfortunately for Noel, is all the way down, ended up down the order. And then he gets run over by Cody Kern. Then Trent and Kimmel come and hit him. Brandon McLaughlin hits Kern. McLaughlin hits Kimmel as well. So Kimmel's managing to hold on. He goes and hits McLaughlin. McLaughlin goes round. Zachary Lewis is praying to the iRacing gods he's going to make it all the way through that. And them two go and join themselves in the wall. So poor old happy little cupcake there. Mr. Kimmel is straight in the wall. Now, do either of them have their fast repair left? It looks like Noel's not going to know, are we? Until we're right on. Are going to spring back into life. Yes, so he's still got his fast repair. Not good at the moment. Front. To number 7.
Yeah, a few more cautions than I was hoping for today. Unfortunately.
The problem is it's not going to be. I think there's going to be one more.
Yeah, I got a feeling that's the way too. We're starting to get to the point of not necessarily desperation, but that push to get there. That I want this win. I'm gonna go get this win, and there's still 12 laps to go, and people are gonna try and do what they can.
Well, see what Jackowitz be able to do is going to be, where is he, 10th at the moment. Going to be at least one more lap. Choosecone coming up currently at the moment. Choice of which way they're going to go here. Probably Michelle. Leighton. Oh. 8-1 from Alex Witt there.
Yeah, bold. Curious as to, hopefully he was before the line when he made that, or the cone before he made that choice, but I guess we'll see.
Right. That's Kern and Witt again up the front. We know what happened on the last restart. Kern missed the start, went too early, slowed down, Witt made the jump. Now, Cody Kern is being a little bit more visual here. God, he can surely see the start zone. And it seems that as soon as Alex gets in it and it goes green, makes the jump. So, bit of information there, Cody. You might just want to basically wait for it to go and pass it on from him at this moment in time. See how he goes here for Cody Kern. Started in 13th place. Currently sitting in second. Got to at least try and get up beside Witt. He has got a nice little tasty dent on that machine. Kern as well.
Yeah, it's just a different aerodynamic.
Oh, he's all back behind him. He can't go any quicker. It's the same speed. Go now. There you go. Got off the line a lot better. Witt's giving him the draft as well. It's going to pull him forward a little bit over down Michel. You see the flurry of activity in behind these guys. But at the moment, Kern's holding on. Now it's this crew of drivers. Terry Vogler in there. Lewis is in there. The 83's back in there again. Josh Kuhn. We have Noel Jakowitz as well. Molinari a little bit further up at the order. Oh, then just goes and runs it straight into the wall. Probably turning left might have been a little bit more useful than hitting the wall. But Terry's going to get swamped at the moment. He's not really quite sure where he's going to go. Stay on your line. Stay on your line.
Nope.
Oh, nope. Molinari, wall, Kuhn, face first of Molinari.
Yep, there was your other one. You did call it.
So, rather
That
not
was,
get it right, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah, we didn't really want to have to get that one right, but that looked like... Honestly, oh, it looks like Kimmel actually clips a little bit of the apron and then sort of shoots up into that rear quarter panel of Molinari, and unfortunately, that 083 car that's been involved in a few things and can't blame him on every one of them. Joshua Kuhn gets a face full of his front end.
Tell you what we'll do. Let's have a quick chat with the boss man himself here, who's sitting down in 15th, 3 laps down. Still running, which is praisable once again, Mr. Armin Brusso. Let's have a quick chat, Armin. How are you, sir?
Hi, I'm alright. Just vibing around good old track of Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, you are. There's 3 laps down as well. How's the race been out there? It's been tough, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, I had a tough early stint. I didn't get a lot of practice in, so I hit the wall a lot at the beginning of the race, so I just kind of never was able to recover from that. But it is what it is. It's just trying to get laps around, trying to get to the end of this race. Just me and my Slim Jim car and my 6 feet of meat.
Yeah, absolutely as well. What's the aim this season, Armin? What's the ambition?
I don't know. This is kind of a weird season track-wise. Kind of sucks that Watkins Glen is the end of the season, but that's the way it rolled. I think we're gonna see how it goes. I feel like season 3 is my best chance to make it into the championship, but I just try to show up every week and see what happens, I guess.
Well, at least you're
It
out on the
hasn't been a
racetrack.
great
At
start.
least you're out on the racetrack.
Yeah, sometimes I just think I wish that I wasn't.
Oh, positive thinking, Mr. Brusso. Positive thinking, sir.
Yeah, it is what it is. You can't win them all, I guess, right?
I agree, dear sir. I agree. Right, I'm going to pop you in. Looks like you're getting ready to go green, and I'll catch up with you later.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Well, go, ladies and gentlemen. Pace car lights are going to be in once more. Kern has slipped down to 4th place behind Zachary Lewis. Oh no, lights are... Oh no, they're still on. Ooh.
Just want to give us a nice long get ready. Just
Yeah,
take our
but
time.
the problem with that get ready is we're going to be a short run to the line, aren't we, for the green flag? And we know generally that there could be even more chaos to come yet. Witt jumps back out. Cody Kern takes the inside again. It's a good way to get yourself to the front, isn't it?
Definitely is. I mean, just wait for them to pick and go with the one that has the least amount of people in it. Gain a couple extra positions. Give yourself a good shot.
Yep. Well, we're going to be 5 to go at the line. So let's see what goes on here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your hats. It's going to be a spicy 6 laps. Don't forget, no cautions on the final lap, okay? So no cautions once the white flag's out. If there's any accidents, well, suck it up, Buttercup. And you've got to just carry on as these guys continue to fight on the racetrack with 5 to go. Can we get them over the white flag? That's going to be the question. Love the fact that Blake Lewis, I've got to give you a props here, son. You're still running 47 laps down.
He's gained a lap. He was 48.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah.
Could have been when Brandon McLaughlin went into pit lane, though.
I believe it was, yes.
See if Kern can make the jump. He's a lot nearer to the front of where he should be. As soon as Witt goes in that box, he's literally already bolted. There you go. Now go with him. Oh, Dan Michel couldn't get the power down. That car was squirming all over the place, trying to accelerate their Kenton, and the car just was like, nope, not having any of that, son. Behave yourself. And he's now stuck on that outside line at the moment for Dan Michel in that 25 machine. 5 to go. It's going to be 4 at the line. Kern, Michel, Kimmel's in there. Dan Michel's trying to make a run around the outside. He's carried a lot more speed than Cody Kern. Kern didn't really know where to block, who to block. He gets a little bit squirrely coming out of the corner. Now it's going to be a side-by-side run with Kern and Dan Michel going into second, into turn number 2. Michel again carrying a lot more speed on that higher line, making it work. Same time, Kern's going to come back at him. Nope, not this time. Michel holds on to it.
And Dan Michel made a nice little move to get his way back up there after having a, well, let's call it what it is, an abysmal restart. But he was able to get back up. And Trenton Kimmel trying to make moves there as he almost gets his way past Calvin Ross there. Cody Kern trying to fight off Zach Lewis. And Dan Michel now making a move on Alex Witt, as these two are going to be bumping and grinded right to the finish line now.
I feel I've seen this
Once or twice, yep.
Oh, Witt's just gone on and hit the wall. Going to bring everybody else in behind him at the moment. Zachary Lewis is going for it. There it is. There it is. All day. All day. But I've got a funny feeling, though. One man I might have to look at on this, it could be this gentleman here. Did throw a very late block on that outside line to try and prevent the run.
Ooh, actually, he just... Okay, so they're coming out. So the goal is to get to the top there.
Shell's already alongside.
But Dan stops going up, and Alex actually didn't stop going up. So Zach was there. Zachary Lewis was there. Dan started to come up to try and get close to the wall, and then realizes he has no space. Like right here, he's got space. So we come off this final kind of quad oval exit thing. He starts to move up, stops moving up, and then Alex Witt, though, was still moving up, and that kind of left Dan Michel with nowhere to go, and Zach Lewis with even less places to go. So unfortunately, in actuality, I actually think that it was Alex Witt.
That's where I was going with it. Well, Dan, as you said, stopped coming up because he knew Lewis was there. Lewis had nowhere else to go apart from him. As you say, Alex didn't stop moving. So, tricky scenario.
Yeah. But that opens the door for a very interesting finish as we have Jackowitz in 7th. Witt is down in the pits. Dan Michelle is in the pits. So we could have a very different looking finish line than we were expecting at the start of this one.
Now the question is, you still got that fast repair? Looks like Alex Witt might have. Not Mr. Dan Michel. Been in there for a minute already, but that's going to bring Aaron Ross into the equation, Trenton Kimmel into the equation, Cody Kern there as well, and Zachary Lewis. So this could be a straight green-white checkered run to the end. And the question is, can they get past it?
Yeah. Calvin Ross has had a pretty good run. He's, for the most part, stayed out of trouble. He's got a decently quick car feeling. So I'm curious how this is going to end, because this could be different in a lot of ways. Actually, Terry Spainhauer is actually in the top 10 as well here.
Where would you go, though, inside or outside?
I'd probably want to be inside.
Well,
but you got to get the jump no matter what, so that'll be the more important thing.
nor Dewey. Oh.
Yeah, well, who doesn't?
Dan's on his way out of pit lane. Oh, like. Oh, it's. So let's see. Wait, but. Well, green white checker incoming. Who's got the fuel?
That'll be the other big thing. There are a few of these guys I'm sure are going to be hoping for just one of these.
Might be right here. And don't forget Calvin Ross on that outside machine is your leader. He's going to have control of the field when the pace car peels in. Question is how is he going to be able to hold this? Can Calvin Ross hold this? Going into that green-white checkered zone. Started 15th, currently in first place. Again, the outside line didn't go anywhere. Or the inside line, I should say.
Yeah, the inside line did not move.
Nope.
No.
Not at all. Now Ross is all going to hold on here. We're going to have 2 to go at the line. It's going to be the white flag lap. They've just got to get to the white flag. Kimmel's trying to come underneath him at the moment. Ross still running that higher line. Kimmel still carrying pace all the way round. Loses it mid-corner. Now he comes back again. Trenton Kimmel's going to take the lead, is he? Calvin Ross is going to be there. It's going to be the white flag. We're going to have no more cautions. Here comes the 81 of Brandon McLaughlin. We know he's been quick on that outside line all evening. Is he going to be able to make this work? I think this is going to be a photo finish down to the line here. Brandon McLaughlin's blinked out. That's never good. Where is he? When is he? Is he going to be? No, he's not going to be. There he is going to be as well. Trenton Kimmel's going to hold this down to the line. I think this is going to be a Kimmel win. Kimmel win. Kimmel win. Ross takes the second place. Brandon McLaughlin grabs third. And Noel Jackowitz gets fourth. Great ending to the race there. But Brandon McLaughlin was lucky he's even in the race.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was kind of shocked he didn't get sent out. But, man, great run for Trenton Kimmel there. He was able to, after a little bit of a slower restart, we'll go with. Didn't get a great restart there, but he was able to absolutely pin the throttle and get himself around Calvin Ross and take the win.
Molinari's blown an engine. Molinari hit the wall. Oh, ooh.
Dan Surprised to, oh, that was netcode. Holy cow. I mean, he was going to hit him anyways, but the netcode definitely is what started that.
Yeah, and then Molinari tries to avoid him. And unfortunately for him, ends up in the wall as well. Let's bring you up the results here from this race at Charlotte. Trenton Kimmel is your winner. Woo! Says Happy Little Cupcake. So proud of you, Trenton. There as well. Then Calvin Ross in second and Brandon McLaughlin in third. Noel Jakowitz in fourth with Alex Witt in fifth. Cody Kern down in sixth in the end. Vogelair in seventh. Terry Spainhour grabbing himself a top 10 in eighth. Bradley Young added to his points haul in ninth. Let's not forget Brad took the stage win. Dan Michelle down in 10th and TJ 11th. Zachary Lewis in behind that. Josh Kuhn, Daniel Molinari, Arma Brusso. People that didn't finish, Ben Ruse, Andrew Jamelin, Blake Lewis still running, was 47 laps back. Dylan Freeman, Matthew Epting, and Jeffrey Reed in there as well. Let's catch up with your third place man, the man who was having moments with his internet all evening long here as he was in and he was out and then he was in and then he was out again. Currently as well for Brandon McLaughlin, started down in, I believe it was ninth and finished in third. But let's have a chat with him now. Brandon, welcome in.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Frustrated with my internet.
Your internet was
But
causing a
happy.
little bit of an issue, dear sir.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, it wasn't me, mate. I'm not in the race. There we go. I mean, at one point you disappeared for a good 5 seconds and then appeared 1.5 seconds ahead of where you was last time. So,
Yeah, and I dropped to the back because I felt bad. And then
but
I
there you
worked
go.
my way
Look,
back up.
worked your way back through again and a bit of a blink at the end, but managed to hold on to that third place there, fella, as well. How tough was it out there?
It was tough. You were fighting tight the whole race. You really had to be careful getting back into the throttle. You got into it too early, you're heading straight for the wall. I'm sure you saw a lot of people bouncing off the wall.
Oh, the Charlotte stripe is real.
For sure.
Absolutely was real as well. Brandon, what's the aim of the season?
I don't know. I'm just going to try to string some good finishes together and see what happens. We got a good list of tracks coming up. Nashville, Michigan, Daytona, Pocono. I love Pocono. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the season.
Okay, man. Well, fair play to you and well done for your opening third place there as well. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Just the Fast Angry Racing team. It's always fun racing around with them.
All right, man. Well, Brandon, have a good one, buddy. We'll catch up with you next week.
All right, you too.
All right, let's go with this man who I have not spoken to for a minute. Is Mr. Calvin Ross, takes that second place there as well. Almost held on to the win. Calvin, welcome in, bud.
How you doing, James?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
I'm doing good. Would have been better if I got that last turn just right, but Trenton fought hard and earned it, so can't be too upset about the result there.
No, it was a good result. And, dude, to be fair, you're up like 13 places. You started down in 15th and finished in second. That ain't a bad run.
It's not, but you know, James, it's better to be lucky than good, so I can't complain too much about it. We had fun tonight. You know, I don't think I could do the same, get the same result if I tried again another 50 times, so I'm going to take it and I'm going to be happy with it.
Mate, that is the best attitude to have as well, because as you say, we know that tracks are generally a luck of the draw, and when you're running around at the speeds that you are here at Charlotte, it is definitely luck of the draw, and Lady Luck was shining on you this evening here as well. I'm going to ask everybody the same question, Calvin. What are we doing for you this season? What's the goal, the plan, the ambition?
You know, honestly, James, just with how I did last season, I'm just going to be happy with a couple good results like this. I want to be able to beat the people that I usually race with. And, you know, I'd love to make it out of the amateur and into the pro next season. So I think there's plenty more tracks that I can get a win at to do that. And we'll see where it goes.
Oh, absolutely. There's a great job from you. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Just all my friends and Seth specifically. I hope he's doing okay.
What is Seth okay?
Yeah, he's just not here tonight, and I just miss him. That's all.
Oh, okay, bud. All right, I thought you were going to say like he's falling down the stairs and broke a leg or something.
No, that would be a lot funnier if he had fallen down the steps, but he is physically okay.
Okay, cool. All right, bud. Well, have a good one, Calvin. Thank you very much, man, and I'll catch up with you
Well-
soon.
We'll see you soon.
Take care. And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, after, well, finding himself involved in some dramas all the way through Charlotte, he somehow managed to drag that 52 machine forward, and with a big woo-hoo from Happy Little Cupcake in YouTube chat, and his mum going, "That's me boy." We better bring him in and have a chat. Is Mr. Trenton Kimmel. Trenton, welcome in, bud.
What's going on, man? I am happier than a tornado in a trailer park right now.
Oh, all right, meter. As well. Dude,
I'm so glad you got that reference.
I do. I have kids, mate. Do you know the worst thing about that film is my eldest son, who's 14, when he was ill as a kid, he used to watch that film. That was his go-to "I'm sick, leave me alone" film. And the funniest thing the other day, I walked in his room and he had tonsillitis and he had cars on the blinking screen at the age of 14. Still
Oh,
amazing.
that's awesome. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it is as well. But listen, dude, you know, you had a roller coaster evening.
It was something. I was fighting wheel damage most of that first stage because I got into the wall pretty early, and I really didn't think I had a choice, but the cards just fell into my favor, and I showed up at the end. Cody Kern and Calvin were right in front of me, and I'm just like, screw it, this is my shot. I'm gonna hold the bottom. If it sticks, sweet.
Mate, that's literally the only thing you can do when you're coming into a GWC, though, isn't it? You got to pick a road, pick a lane, and hope for the best that nobody hits you on the process.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky because in that incident where it was like on the back stretch, pretty late in the race, like Noel and Cody got into each other, it collected me. I'd already used my fast repair, but I was able to put on my last set of tires, and I only had 45 seconds of optionals. So I got out there with fresh tires and a fresh car, and I just put my right foot down and ended up where I ended up.
Yeah, and fair play to you as well, dude, as well. Great ending to the race. Listen, same question to you as everybody. What's the goal for this season, dude? What's the plan?
Well, I'm starting off pretty strong.
You
I think
are?
this is the strongest I've ever started a season. We got pretty decent lineup of races coming. I got a lot of favorites and a couple of ones I'd rather not show up to, but I will anyway.
Chicago Street
look, I just
Circuit being one of them.
Chicago and Wow, Chicago's something.
No.
Dover is the one that scares me.
Oh,
Um,
run the inside.
Dover scares me. Yeah. But no, I mean, you know, once that last race comes along, I just hope to be in contention for a championship and see if I can get the summer season champion.
Right, mate. Well, look forward to seeing how you get on. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Well, shout out to my whole family. My mom, my brother, and my dad are all upstairs watching and cheering. Happy Little Cupcake, she's my lady. Shout out to her as well. She supports me. And just all what that makes all four of my fans.
And all I want to ask you is there wedding bells yet?
Oh, good God.
I knew it. I freaking knew it. You know, you got to stop, man, because every time she puts me in the doghouse for it.
Well, look, it's our thing. I can't let you get away with it, Trenton. If it's
I know.
Ends in one
He's gonna have
season.
to start sending you lights for that doghouse soon.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, send me some lights, send me some pillows. I'm going to decorate it. It's going to be really nice and cushy.
I'll get you a solar panel so you can have some heating.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, man. Well, have a good one, dude, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Take her easy. Have a great night, y'all.
And you, man. Honestly, Happy Little Cupcake. I'm only playing with him. Don't put him in the dog. Stop it. Stop it. And as well, poor little rascal. I will have to send him solar panels and a heating panel or something to put underneath him. Well, that was. I enjoyed that. It wasn't too over dramatic. We had 9 cautions, but we kind of figured we were going to get there. Brad Young taking a stage win is a massive thing for him. He had 10 points on the board before anybody even took any points whatsoever. And the top 3, I kind of liked that top 3. It wasn't the normal Witt, Jackowitz, Michelle scenario. You know, we had others in there as well. Great to speak to Calvin Ross again. Trenton, he's always so happy when he wins anyway. And as I said, his whole family were cheering him on. You know, Brandon McLaughlin, he had his up and downs with his blinking internet, and I don't mean blinking internet, I mean his internet was blinking as well. So it was great to see a different kind of podium to what we're normally used to.
Yeah, it was definitely a little different. And what I think is also very interesting is we actually had, I want to say it was 8 different leaders in that race.
I believe so, yeah, there was quite a few.
Yeah, because Kimmel, Ross, McLaughlin, Noel Jackwitz, Alex Witt, obviously. Dan Michelle, Brad Young led for a couple,
Yep.
and Daniel Molinari also led for a lap. So, yeah, we had, lots of options. And then, I mean, just to throw it, the best lap was actually Zach Lewis with a 29.039. Had the best time, like the fastest lap. So it was a very diverse race. Wasn't so cut and dry and everything like that. It was very actually very interesting and exciting to watch.
Yeah, so I've just been informed a first top 10 for Mr. Terry Spano. Senior.
Yeah, that's right.
So there we go. Lots of firsts going on
Big
as
ups
well.
for him.
At this one. Now, there was one of the things we haven't cleared up, and I'm going to clear it up quite quickly here as well. There was obviously, you heard, I think it was Carvin Ross, talk about getting out of AM and pros. Now, obviously, that was brought in as well, and we will bring you more as the situation goes on. So there is an AM and pro split. We will bring you up more information on that as the season goes on and who is where in. But for now, guys, that's going to wrap it up here as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the bells, and do all that other fancy jazz you can do for free on YouTube. But for now, I've been James Parfitt. I've been alongside Kenton Sportak. And as always, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on a track sometime. Good night.